G'day YouTube, how's it going? Jujubear here. I'm going to be jumping into another game of Total War Rome 2. Myself, I'm playing as Baktria, and my opponent is playing as Rome. You can see I've deployed down here on the bottom of the map. And my enemy's up the top here on this ridge, so he's coming downhill. This guy I played against here, really cool dude. I totally forget his name. I think it's Antoshu or something like that. We were playing on the opposite sides of the globe, so there was a lot of lag during this match. It was basically playing at about half speed, so that was kind of off-putting. But it kind of enabled us to make some really clever decisions, you know, and be able to have a fair bit of time to think about what we were doing. So I'm just gonna give you an introduction to my army here. I've got 5 Eastern Spearmen up the front. My thinking is I was going to absorb his charge with these guys and then bring it up with these Thorax Swordsmen. I've got 4 of them. I've got 2 mercenary Scythian Horse Archers over there. I've got 2 of these Baktrian Horse Archers. Wait, hang on. Yeah, 2 of them here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Baktrian Noble Horse just because they're so badass. And then I've got a Baktrian Royal Guard General and 2 Baktrian Peltists. So the Roman general got left behind. I don't know if he really realized properly, but I was able to get in pretty close and get some good shots into the back of him as he ran away. And I ended up just continuing this run all along his back line and kind of threatening a lot of his heavier cavalry. I'm putting some really great shots into this guy. I think I got 30, fair few kills. You can see that Syrian archers are pouring fire back into my men, but it's kind of not really helping them too much. At this point, I'll keep on continuing over my run. I'm taking a fair few losses here, 63 on one horse archer and 80 on the other. But, you know, these kind of targets are so good, like I can't not. 32. I've got a fair bit of hit point damage on this legionary cav. I'm starting to take them out with my shots. I am on heavy shots, so these are medium melee cav. I could have done it with normal, but I just wanted to kind of guarantee at least some of the kills. So I figure his infantry's closing in, you know, his Syrian archers are there, and all my juicy targets have kind of gone anyway. So I'm going to disband and, you know, take up my place up on this hill, because I think they're active at the moment. Not too bad. Just give them a bit of a break. At this point, I moved my main army up. My thinking was I was going to use these 2 Baktrian Horse Archers for mid to late game, and kind of run around and see if I can pick apart any of the later units that are left on the battlefield. These guys are medium. They've got pretty decent stats. I'm just going to bring this up here just so we can have a look. You know, melee attack 40, weapon damage 36, so not too bad. Charge bonus 14. Let's get in really close and have a look at the engagement. So my crummy, weak-ass 120 Talon Eastern Spearmen up against some pretty vicious Roman infantry. So I just took a whole bunch of peel out the front. That's not too good, obviously. I'm going to follow them up with some Thorax Swordsmen. I kind of outnumber him in the front. He didn't really commit all of his troops, so I'm going to try and peel off and go around the edge. I've got my 1 Eastern Spearman trying to wrap around and get some hits on them. These Baktrian Peltists, I was hoping to fire into the back of these units, but you know they've got all these guys here to defend them, so it might not be a good idea. Bringing my Baktrian Royal Guard around this flank. At the moment, I'm getting shot at by these auxiliary Syrian archers, so I'm going to have to take that horse archer back. He is charging me with this legionary cav, so I managed to get a counter charge with my Baktrian Royal cav. Noble cav. Noble horse, sorry. All the meanwhile, I'm getting some counter charges. It looks like I'm bringing my noble horse in for a charge here. That's going to be pretty brutal. It's pretty much downhill. And they're spread out pretty thin, so they're going to get hammered. Boom. Sit down. So my Eastern Spearmen, as I thought, they're just getting pummeled by the Roman infantry. And it's just my Thorax Swordsman at the moment, just holding on, really. At this point, I was trying to snipe his general with my Baktrian Horse Archer. They aren't on fire at will. They're just kind of doing their thing. I managed to take out his cav here, though I've taken some pretty bad losses from his initial charge and these Syrian archers. At the moment, my Baktrian Pelters are kind of holding onto their ammo, just picking their targets properly. I think I'm firing to the back of these, yeah. So that's a really good target here, firing to the back of these Triari. So getting some kills on them, that'll start to take its toll. So this, on this flank, I'm getting picked apart by these Roman units. I have engaged with my general. I'll be able to hold out for a very long time against this legionary cohort. I've got this other unit that I'm bringing in. He did get a Pilotos on me, but that's okay. My main target is going to be these units here. I'm trying to get rid of this legionary cav as quick as possible so that I can kind of free up this other cav unit. Sorry, lots of stuff happening, so I'm going to have to keep on going. Bringing back Eastern Spearman back into the battle. I got chased off with this Eastern Spearman, and he's going to join this little fight over here, so I'm kind of lost that one. At the moment, I'm trying to reform my Baktrian Peltasts. I managed to get rid of his cavalry, so I'm going to try and bring these Baktrian Noble Horse out of the fight. I did manage to get a few cycle charges. I'm going to lose this Scythian Horse Archer if I'm not careful. Yeah, totally will. So my front line's holding on pretty well. I'm almost losing this Baktrian Noble Horse. That'd be annoying if I did. All the while, I think I'm just holding on to this one. No, I'm taking shots into the backs of my own units. It's probably not too good. Really bad micro there. I just lost a Scythian Horse Archer. My men are getting chased off by some Roman infantry, so I have to bring this Baktrian Horse Archer into play. There is a legionary cav playing around in my rear, so I'm gonna have to take him out at some point. It looks like I'm bringing in these Eastern Spearmen to face off with these legionary cohort. They did get a Pilotos, which is pretty bad, but I'm going to be able to hold them in place with my Eastern Spearmen. I haven't really lost too many Baktrian Horse Archers. It looks like I'm going to try and take them out with my own Baktrian Noble Horse, these legionary cav, and I'm firing into the backs of these legionary cohort here. So that's a pretty good target. It's on their shielded side, but I'll probably do a fair bit of damage. And I'm getting a vicious Eastern Spearman shot. Oh my god. Just as I say that, they got shot in the back by my own Peltas, so that's probably not too good for them. But I am getting some really good shots with this Baktrian Horse Archer into their rear. So I managed to get a Baktrian Noble Horse into here, and he's attacking this Auxiliary Syrian Archer. Going to take him out. Might even take the Legatus with me, I can't remember. Getting this Baktrian Horse Archer up here. I really want to get into these archers here. They're a really good target. Looks like I'm firing into the backs of these infantry while they try and make it back to the main area. These Baktrian Noble Horse are just mopping up his archers at the moment. There's still one unit there, but he's being defended pretty well by that veteran legionnaire. I've still got one horse archer on the side that's probably got a fair bit of ammo left. I managed to mop up this legionary cav down here. I did lose oh no I didn't. Okay, I've got this Baktrian Noble Horse in the back of this legionary cohort. I did drop a few, you can see it's dropping quite quickly, but it's not quick enough really. And I managed to get caught by this Triari, so I'm going to have to pull out there. At the moment, my Baktrian Horse Archers are just firing into the backs of whatever juicy targets they can acquire. It looks like we're taking out that Legatus eventually. So I get a rear charge with this Noble Horse onto this legionary cohort. And it looks like I'm firing into the backs of these legionnaires as they try and get into my Baktrian Noble Horse, but they're able to get out unscathed. I'm getting quite a few kills. It's almost about to rout this legionary cohort up against my Baktrian Royal Guard, but it gets... Yeah, so it did actually, but it's just been reinforced by this other Roman unit. So my Peltas ran out of ammo, so I've had to charge them into these legionary cohorts. I got a charge with my Baktrian Horse Archer into these Auxiliary Syrian Archers. Getting a rear charge with this Noble Horse into the back of these veteran legionnaires. But look at this, he's just still got so much more infantry left over. I managed to kill his Syrian Archers here, so I'm going to go for a rear charge with my Baktrian Horse Archers into these Triari. I'm trying to use them as well as possible before my mainline crumbles, and it looks like it's already happening here. I'm losing Thorax Swordsman quicker than I can win these other fights and engagements. We're firing to the backs of these legionary cohorts. It looks like they're going to try and wrap around here. So I'm losing a lot of units very quickly. I'm going to pull out this Baktrian Horse Archer. Doesn't really look like it, but it's up here. Let's see if we can catch this rear charge from the Baktrian Horse Archer. So they aren't heavy. They're medium missile cav. They are, I don't think they're heaps good on the charge or anything, but it's better than nothing. Attacking them in the rear. I did do a fair bit of damage, but it's not going to be enough to take it out. They are ratting though, or getting scared. So I get another rear charge into these veteran legionnaires. It's probably not going to do heaps of damage, so I immediately pull out. At this point, I'm just trying to cycle in and out. My Baktrian pelters are holding up very well. They've kind of swarmed this area, so I'm going to pull out with my 2 Baktrian Horse Archers. They're going to come in and try and flatten these units. For the most part, there isn't heaps of impact damage because they're not heavy, they're still medium. And then I go right through and come into the back of these veteran legionnaires here. So my Baktrian Royal Guard's doing very well. Let's just see how many kills. He's got 96 kills on Roman infantry. That's a very good trade. So I'm going to go into the backs of these legionnaires, legionary cohort with my Baktrian Horse Archers. This will be interesting to see how many kills my Horse Archers have got after this game, because this is, like, they're racking them up fairly quickly. We managed to rout this legionary cohort, I believe. I can't remember. And it looks like this one's breaking as well. I think I spotted it, and I was going to come around and hit him from the back, thus taking them out completely. Yeah, we did rout that legionary over there. So I've got my 2 Horse Archers around here. They've still got a little bit of ammo, I believe, at this point. I just want to charge in and take out this unit, but I think I got caught. That was really stupid. Yep, lost a lot of units. And, you know, they stabilized just as I hit them in the back anyway, so wouldn't have mattered. So I'm going to pull out my Horse Archers. I know it's kind of GG, but I always like to finish a game off properly. Peltas doing really well, just holding up. 101 kills on those guys. I wonder how many, 120 on this one. I don't know how many of those were skirmish kills, so I've noticed he's routing again. I managed to put a charge into this unit. They're exhausted, very tired at this point, so it's not really going to do a whole lot of damage. I've got a Thorax Swordsman over here that's kind of coming in. My Baktrian Royal Guard are probably very tired. Oh no, oh yeah, tired, losing decisively because we're surrounded. We're not going to do too well. My Peltas only just, both of them are kind of started to pull out of that fight. I get a downhill charge onto this legionary cohort. At the moment, they're kind of not really, they're just knocking them down at the moment. They're not really killing them. I pop Frenzy Charge on my general, which for a time makes them unbreakable. So that managed to buy me some time, but it was all in vain. These guys fighting valiantly right to the end against these Roman infantry. We'll see if we can get a kill here before the game ends. If anything, my units are probably going to die. This is some pretty weak combat right here. Come on, mate, hit him. Hit him. Amazing unit. Just a little bit of stability in my side. I didn't have any hoplites, they're all swordsmen. Pretty weak. So a costly enemy victory. It was all GG from there. We had a really great game. So my Baktrian Horse Archers, check those guys out. 225 kills on those guys and 197. So there's no, like, against a Roman army like this, there is no, like, worthless kills, really. Like, even if you're putting kills into the Legatus, like, that's still very useful kills. Like, if I was killing auxiliary Syrian archers, which cost a lot more. No, that's a lie, actually. I think they cost about the same. But double experience chevrons on 3 of my units, MVPs for sure. And this legionary cohort down here doing very well, 331 kills. I just wonder how many of those were on these Eastern Spearmen. 1, 2, 3, and 4 kills on my Eastern Spearmen. One over there. My Thorax Sword units didn't do very well. I really should have just brought along some hoplites. They could hold up a little bit longer. I don't know how many Baktria has access to at this moment. The Scythian Horse Archers getting some pretty good kills on the Legatus. And my Noble Horse doing a pretty good job, as always. These Peltas, amazing, really great job from those guys. 100, 120. So thanks Antushu for the game. I'll be bringing you guys some more probably later on in the week. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.